Hello, my name is Richard Kelly. In this video, we're going to show you how to set the chart of accounts as your default home screen when you launch the program and make adjustments to a few general settings and get you familiar with the personal settings and the company settings. So let's get started. By default, generally you're on the home screen or home window when you first launch QuickBooks. I can verify this with the insert T to read the title bar.
Home, window.
If I press insert B to read the dialog box.
Home account balances, name balance, purchase, receive, enter bills, manage accounts payable 0.00, chart of inventory, orders, inventory against sales accounts, activities accounts, receive at ... 100, capital A.
You get the idea that there's quite a bit of information for mouse users on this screen. Now all of these features can be entered into via the menus, and that's far easier to do with keyboard navigation with your screen reader. Hence the changes we're about to enter into. Okay, so we can close this window with the escape key.
Kelly's Home Computing, window.
Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set QuickBooks to show one window on the screen at a time. And we can do so by pressing Alt-V for the View menu, drop down Alt-V.
Menu, View menu, open window list, W.
Okay, we can down arrow to find the one window view option.
Top icon bar, left icon, hide icon, search box on it, customize icon, add window to I, favorites menu, one window, O.
Okay, if we press enter on one window,
leaving menus, Kelly's Home Computing,
we've now selected
window.
it. Another item that was in the view is the icon bars, and we will hide those as well. So we'll press Alt-V again for view.
Menu, View menu, open window list, capital W.
And we'll down arrow to the hide icon bars.
Top icon bar, left icon bar, hide icon bar checked, H.
And actually it's already been checked, so we're good to go there.
Leaving menus, Kelly's Home Computing, window, blank.
We also want to verify that under Help, Alt-H.
Menu, Help menu, QuickBooks Help F1, Q, What's new checked, W.
What's new, we don't want that checked. So we'll press enter to unmark that.
Leaving menus, Kelly's Home Computing, window.
That will make it easier for your screen reader to read the screens. Now, let's go back and verify the icons.
Menu, View, left icon, hide icon bar checked, H.
And they are not selected. So we're good there.
Menu bar, View, V.
Okay, the next thing we want to do is bring up the chart of accounts, and this can be simply accomplished with the Control-A keystroke.
Kelly's Home Computing, window, leaving menu bar. Chart of accounts, name type, balance, capital A.
Okay, that brings up the chart of accounts. We can verify that with the insert T to read the title bar.
Chart of accounts, window.
Okay, now you'll notice on your chart of accounts, if you up and down arrow,
account, Irish Trust and Savings Bank,
down arrowing now.
4,230 account, West Coast check account, West Coast Savings account, accounts receivable, capital A.
Okay, your bank accounts are listed at the top. You can arrow down through expenses, receivables, and basically anywhere you want to go. First letter navigation will take you to account names, beginning with that letter of the alphabet. That can facilitate navigation. Also on your chart of accounts menu list are a series of buttons across the bottom. The first or left button is the account button. Spacebar on that will activate a
context menu, capital
context
N,
menu,
Control plus N,
and give you access to quite a few features. We'll just arrow through these quickly.
New Control plus N, edit account, Control plus E, delete account, Control plus D, make account inactive, show inactive accounts, hierarchical view, flat view, customize columns, ... import from Excel, ... use Control plus U, find transactions in ... print list ... Control plus capital N.
You get the idea. You can press escape to close that.
Leaving menus, chart off account button.
We're still on the account button. Now if I tab,
activities button, Alt plus T. Reports button, Alt plus P. Attach button. Include inactive checkbox not checked. Account button, Alt plus A.
And then we're back to the account. So tabbing lets us get to the buttons across the bottom of the menu list. And arrowing up and down,
account, West Coast Safe account, West Coast capital A,
lets us actually read through the account items. Now we want this to be our default home screen. To do this, we're going to go into Preferences. To get there, we press Alt-E.
Menu, Edit menu, nothing to undo, Control+C unavailable, capital N.
We up arrow one time.
Preferences ... capital P.
Preferences is at the bottom of the drop-down menu list, so the up arrow took us there quickly. We can press Enter.
Preferences, My Preferences, Company Preferences, OK, Accounting Bills, pressing Enter moves between fields, bring back all one, capital J.
Okay, we have two types of preferences, My Preferences and Company Preferences. Alt-M.
Preferences, window, pressing Enter moves between fields, checkbox checked.
Places us on My Preferences. If we use manual keyboard navigation, which is Control-Shift, right or left arrow, I'll demonstrate. This is Control-Shift, right arrow.
My Preferences. Company Preferences. Unselected tab. Press space to activate. My Preferences.
Left arrow.
Unselected tab. Press space to activate.
My Preferences is where we want to do the current edits or changes. If we want to do the company, again, right arrow.
Company Preferences. Unselected tab. Press space to activate.
And that's self-explanatory. If we were to press the space bar, we would have Company Preferences active. So
My Preferences.
My Preferences.
Unselected tab. Press space to activate. Pressing Enter moves between fields, checkbox checked. F.
Okay, we're on one of the options, but we don't know where at first. So if you Shift tab.
Email templates show. General.
And use the Insert numpad 5, it reads the name of which set of selections this is from.
General.
So we're on General Preferences. So let's tab forward.
Pressing Enter moves between fields, checkbox checked. Alt+F. General.
Okay, pressing Enter moves between fields. For example, if you're writing a check, generating an invoice, making a deposit, you have a series of data fields. If you press Enter, this is set to function just as a tab. Unselecting this box would have the effect of exiting and saving the transaction. Some may wish to do that. Personally, I prefer to have it function as a tab. You can save transactions with the Alt-A or Alt-S commands.
Automatically open drop-down lists when typing, checkbox checked. Alt+A.
Okay, so when you're on a data entry field, this option automatically opens the drop-down list. For example, you've got a customer whose name begins with the letter D. You type the letter D, that will open the drop-down list and show you the names beginning with the letter D. You could either complete typing the name yourself, or you could down arrow to find the name you wish and tab, and that will populate the data entry field with that name.
Beep when recording a transaction, checkbox checked. Alt+T.
I highly recommend that you have this option selected. It gives you a heads up that an edit has been made and saved, or that the new transaction has been saved. If, for example, you had the Enter key functioning to save a transaction, you might want to hear that beep to give you the heads up, "Oop, I saved it prematurely." Or if you're in just looking around and accidentally make an edit that you didn't want to make, it also gives you a warning that you're about to save.
Automatically place decimal point, checkbox not checked. Alt+U.
Personal preference, I prefer to place my own decimal points. That's up to you.
Warn when editing a transaction, checkbox checked. Alt+E.
Okay, the warn when editing a transaction, as I said previously regarding the beep, you get a heads up that something has been saved, but a warning ahead of time if you're just exploring, perhaps hit a key and accidentally change a crucial number that you don't want to have to go back and find later. Getting a warning that you're about to save something is a good thing to do. Might save you many headaches down the road.
Bring back all one-time messages, checkbox not checked. Alt+O.
Okay, Quickbooks pops up messages from time to time. If you wish to have these retained, you can activate this.
Turn off pop-up messages for products and services, checkbox checked. Alt+P.
Again, a personal preference here if you want to hear the little advertisement pop-ups from Intuit.
Show tooltips for clip text, checkbox not checked. Alt+S.
Okay, tooltips. They may cause a little bit of screen clutter, so I recommend leaving this alone.
Warn when deleting a transaction or unused list item, checkbox checked. Alt+W.
Again, similar to the edit option, to get a warning. I recommend that you have this selected.
Keep QuickBooks running for quick startups checkbox checked. Alt+K.
I'd recommend this option also if you're going to be in and out of the program throughout the day. This will cause the program, once you close it, to come back much quicker. You'll notice that the startup initially takes a little more time. This gives you quicker access.
Automatically remember account or transaction information checkbox checked.
Personal preference there.
Automatically recall last transaction for this name radio button not checked 1 of 7. Alt+L. Automatically recall last transaction for this name radio button not checked 1 of 7.
Okay. We'll select this option. For those of you who are new to the program, and I found this true myself as I learned the program, as you're writing a check to, say, your utility company or whoever it might happen to be, having this active means that the form, for example, a check, would be populated with the information used the last time. As you're tabbing through and see the account used, the amount, memo, and so on, it'll give you a familiarity with where you're at on the form. The scripts that are now available and the labeling that's been possible, this isn't as necessary as it was in the past, but initially you may wish to have this active just as a little additional heads up to where am I at, what information is being requested. It's critical that you make sure that the information being entered for a new transaction is correct and not the old. You want to get the information correct for the new transaction.
Enter number of days bills are due after receipt. Pre-fill accounts for vendor based on past entries. Edit.
These are personal preferences. How soon do you want the bill to be due? So you get a heads up on that if you have that selected.
Use today's date as default radio button not checked 3 of 7.
Today's date is a default date. If you're going back and entering past transactions, you may wish to have it use another option, which the last date entered.
Use the last entered date as default radio button checked 4 of 7.
And that's the option that I currently have. Use the last date entered as the date for anything new at that point.
Ask radio button checked 5 of 7.
You can also have it ask you each time what date.
Always radio button not checked 6 of 7. Never radio button not checked 7 of 7. OK button.
And if we press OK, that will save this. But we're not done yet, so we'll tab.
Cancel button. Help button. Default button. Up. Email templates show. Prep general.
Okay, we're back on general. I verified that with the insert numpad 5. We're going to go up to desktop options, so we'll up arrow.
Save changes. You made changes in general preferences. Yes button.
Yes, it's going to prompt me, so we'll verify that as yes.
Finance.
Finance was the next set of options above general.
Desktop view. Desktop view.
Now we're going to tab through the series of desktop view options.
One window radio button check 1 of 6. Alt+O. Desktop view.
Okay, this gives us verification that the one window view that we selected in the view drop-down is selected.
Multiple windows radio button not checked 2 of 6. Alt+. Save when closing company radio button not checked 3 of 6. Alt. Save current desktop radio button not checked 4 of 6. Alt+R.
Okay, this is the option we want to select. Now remember, we currently have the chart of accounts on screen. We have it maximized. And if we select this checkbox, when we come back to QuickBooks, that will be our opening screen, and that's what we want. So check this.
Save current desktop radio button checked 4 of 6.
And I verified that with the insert up arrow to read the line.
Don't save the desktop radio button not checked 5 of 6. Up. Keep previously saved desktop radio button not checked 6. Show home page when opening a company file checkbox not checked.
Okay, I don't want to see the home page. It's useful for our mouse-driven colleagues, but for those of us using keyboard navigation, as I said, you can get to all the options through the menus.
Switch to colored icon / light background on the top icon bar checkbox not checked. Display ... button. Up. Sounds ... button. OK button.
And we'll press OK to save this.
QuickBooks ready. Chart of accounts. Window.
And we're back on our chart of accounts.
Account button. Account. West Coast Save Account. West Coast Checking. Bank. 2,886.81. 2,886.
And that shows you how to set the chart of accounts as your default opening screen and make a few general setting changes that will make it easier for you to navigate with the keyboard. I encourage you to go back to the company and personal preferences and explore through those. You can make quite a few changes. Thank you.